Alijah Vera-Tucker is turning into a stud right in front of our very eyes. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we will be getting into Alijah Vera-Tucker, who is turning into a star right before our very eyes. Before we get started today, I just want to mention where you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast wherever it is that you get your podcast. Also, no sponsor for today's video, but wanted to do a couple of plugs. If you are interested in picking up merch, check that out. Link down below in the description. Have some awesome shirts available. And also, sub up to the Matt O'Leary NY Extra channel. You get bonus content over there and lots of stuff coming. It's going to be a busy October. Can't wait to tell you guys what's going on, but just need a little bit more time. Patience. Alijah Vera-Tucker is good. Shocking, right? I don't think I needed to tell you that. He's been off to a tremendous start through his first two games, but kind of wanted to give you the whole story and really get into a deeper dive into AVT because just how good he's been. But as a rookie who's playing left guard next to Mekhi Becton, or at least that was the plan before Mekhi Becton gets hurt, George Fant moves over from the right side to left side, and the rest is history. We know the drill. And as a rookie, it was a little bit of an up and down season, which more often than not, like that's what you expect to see from a rookie offensive lineman. It's very rare that someone comes in and is dominant right away. It takes a little bit to get going. Like the Quentin Nelson is an exception to the rule, not the expectation. And the Jets traded up for AVT. And you still had the naysayers who were like, oh, you can't possibly trade up for a guard, LOL Jets. And I don't really think they're laughing now, especially when the third rounders are no longer on the team that drafted them. It was a stupid argument then. It's a stupid argument now. But let's get into AVT. He was up and down as a rookie, which is fair. There were some really nice moments, but the consistency wasn't exactly there. Well, so far this year, it very much so looks like the consistency is there, which is what the New York Jets need. He is the fourth rated guard right now on Pro Football Focus overall. Fourth overall rated guard, which is kind of where you expected him to be. When the Jets moved up to take him in the first round, it wasn't for just any guard. This was someone who was a tackle in college, but with his athletic profile and with his skill set, projected very well as a guard in the NFL, especially one in this scheme that's going to have their guards pulling it on the move and doing stuff like that in a wide zone run scheme. He's a really good run blocker. Actually, he has the highest overall run blocking grade so far from Pro Football Focus. Hasn't allowed a sack yet. 6 hurries. 6 pressures, no penalties. The guy has been just as good as advertised. This is why you draft Alijah Vera-Tucker. This is why you move up for Alijah Vera-Tucker. Like, this guy has a legitimate chance of being a Pro Bowl guard. And he changed his position this year, too. Some people were concerned about AVT moving from the left side over to the right side. Not me. I was very confident that he was going to be fine, and he's been more than fine. He's been damn impressive. The Jets signed Laken Tomlinson in the offseason to come in and play left guard. And obviously it didn't start off great. Week 1 was a little bit of a struggle. Week 2 gets back on track a little bit, but there's still some room for growth there. Well, at least you have AVT on the right side. And Max Mitchell, I mean, obviously it's not an easy task next to playing next to a 4th round rookie who's going to have his lumps. Max Mitchell, we talked about earlier in the week, who I think has been better than advertised, and it's been really solid. But I mean, playing next to and kind of quote unquote cleaning up the mess, I think AVT's done a really good job of that. And like, this is, again, I feel like I'm a broken record here, but this is why you trade up for a guy like this. You're not doing it for just any old average run-of-the-mill starting guard. No, you're doing it for a top 5 guard at their position. And I think that's really what AVT could be. Pro Bowl, all pro level. I know that sounds crazy. It's the Jets. They never have any Pro Bowler on offense, all pro on offense. Yes, that's how confident I am in this guy. That's how good I think this guy can be. He's incredible in the run game. really was dominant in the run game last year, even at times, but his pass protection's improved even this year. And I think it's going to continue to improve. And when Zach Wilson comes back, which is going to happen, by the way, they're not going to continue to ride out Joe Flacco in the hot hand. It's going to make such a difference in the world. You have to, and the argument that I had last year and the argument that I have now is you have to do everything in your power to protect your young quarterback and make sure he has every opportunity to succeed. They did that by trading up and drafting Alijah Vera-Tucker. They did that by taking Elijah Moore in the second round. They did that by taking Garrett Wilson, who looks like a stud. They did that by drafting and trading up for Breece Hall. The asset game, like the asset conversation, is so overrated to me. Yes, I'm not saying you blow up everything and you trade every draft pick for established players or you move up all the time. Like, no, but when you have an overload of assets, what the Jets did, and you get aggressive for guys, impact guys who you think are really going to be building block young players for your team, a la Alijah Vera-Tucker and Breece Hall, you do it. You have the luxury of doing just that. And at least with AVT, I think it's going to be with Breece Hall too. He looked better in week 2. But with AVT, this guy is a legitimate stud. And it is super important to have that on a young team. He's a young player. He's going to continue to grow with this offensive line and with this young team and this young quarterback. It's super important to make sure that your young guys is protected. That's all I got to say on Alijah Vera-Tucker. You guys sound off in the comments. How pumped up are you that Alijah Vera-Tucker is a Jet? I'm excited. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I will catch you next time.